Hey guys, Teddy here, Blade and Simple, back at you with another review. This one is a bit of a nostalgic trip for me. I'm going to explain why. But also I'm going to give you a bit of historical background information. A little bit of a history lesson on this. The cold steel Kudu. Okay? And if it looks familiar, a lot of you guys who are looking at it say, well, it looks exactly like the Okapi. Basically is, okay? It basically is the exact same thing, with the exception of the blade, and I'll tell you the differences and why I prefer this. I'm also going to tell you talk about pricing, and we'll get into that. But before we'll get into this, quick shout out to all my usual subscribers. You know who you are, and to Hattori Hanzo. Referred to me as cigar smoking, machete wielding Jesus. I'll take it. Thanks for the compliment. All right, so let's get into this. This is the Partagas 1845 Extra Oscuro. It's a Havana, Connecticut Oscuro wrapper, a Dominican La Vega Especial binder. The filler is a Dominican rum barrel aged Honduran and Nicaraguan Ligero. This is a 5x52. This is their Robusto Gordo. It's full bodied, really full bodied, but what are you gonna expect when you have a Ligero filler? It's really full. As for flavor profile, you're gonna get a bit of coffee, more espresso than you would like a sweet coffee or anything like that. Sorry, itch on my nose. Spice, really earthy, woody. Black cherry, nice sweet finish, really full body. Construction, great construction, not spongy at all. Nice, robust. Very veiny in appearance, and I'm not making a phallic reference, okay? Just saying, very veiny. You can see it right there. Okay. Burn, nice open draw, even burning. As you can see right there, nice even burn. Really smoky, a lot of smoke output in this cigar. Nice, thick, creamy smoke. Great cigar. Great value. This is the kind of cigar you just take, you throw in your humidor, act as a filler. Okay, try this one out. It's a great filler for your humidor. Now for those days where you just want to grab something and smoke, check that one out. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. All right. Okay, cold seal Kudu. I'm going to give you some specs, some quick specs. We'll run through it really quickly. And then I'll tell you the historical significance behind this design, okay? But before we do that, the weight of this thing is really light. It's 2.4 ounces. The blade thickness, 2 millimeters. Blade length, 4 1/4. Clip point design. You have that little nail slot at the top. Handle, 5 3/4 with an overall length of 10 inches. Okay, this they call it Zy-X. It's basically a form of glass reinforced nylon. Okay, it's polymer material. There's a spring on the back, ratcheting system. Okay, here, ratcheting system, and there's a little pin that comes right through this slot, secures it in place. To disengage it, first time users, hold the blade, finger here, thumb on the blade, pull with your finger and push. Disengages, close it shut. It's made out of 4116 steel. 4116 steel is a German stainless steel. It comes from ThyssenKrupp company in Germany. It's, well, they like to say it's the equivalent of 420 not the smoke, the steel. It's equivalent of 420 with better wear resistance. But to be 100% honest with you, it's the exact same thing. Exact same thing. And I don't like 420s stainless. But for the price, I really can't complain about this. You're looking at most places under $15. Okay, so really can't complain about this. Now, the historical significance behind this blade. If you have an Okapi and you look at this, you're going to say, oh my gosh, that's a direct ripoff. They're ripping off Okapi. No, Okapi actually ripped off a 1600 Spanish design called the Navaja knife. Excuse me. This is how a man keeps a cigar lit, with a blowtorch. Okay, they ripped off a Spanish design, the Navaja knife. It was carried around in the 1600s. Usually they had various sizes, but the most popular one was the equivalent of a short sword. And they would say that the sound that the Navaja knife made when it was opening would scare off any would-be attackers or opponents. This is the sound. That sound. So, is it a rip-off of the Okapi? No, technically it's not, because the Okapi ripped off the Navaja knife. The Navaja knife was around since the 1600s. Okay, some of them were fancier than others. Some were quite simple in design, simplistic in design, like this. It was a common carry blade during that time period. A lot of people would carry it for everyday uses. Cutting meats, cutting vegetables, whatever they needed to do. It's a standard carry knife. Great for self-defense, because lightweight, okay? It's easy to wield. Long handle, so you can really reach back and give yourself reach. And easy, put away, keep in your pocket, super lightweight. Forget about it. So it is a really old design. Now, why I chose this over the Okapi, I have had tons of Okapis growing up as a kid. Always bought them. And the Okapi actually started in Germany in the early 1900s, in Solingen, in Germany. During the war, they relocated from Germany to South Africa. When they moved to South Africa, they started ramping up production, and it went throughout the continent of Africa, throughout the Caribbean, Central and South America, and became a really popular EDC blade. Growing up, everyone had an Okapi. Everyone had one in their pocket. I went to purchase one, and then I realized the quality that I known as a child went right out the damn window. The rivets were poor. They went from a nice, stable hardwood to the most inexpensive wood they can find. As you can see here, you look at the fitting right down the center. Beautiful finishing. There's 99% was way off to one side. There's no way of recentering it because it's on a rivet. You can't undo the rivet. It was really loose. Even the ratcheting system was subpar. So in my opinion, Okapi, let's change it from Okapi to Okrapi because it's garbage. It's kind of thing. I wouldn't give that to someone I hated. So I felt really, I felt down because I wanted to relive that nostalgia. And that's when I came across this. And when I first saw it, I was a little thrown back. I don't know how it's going to be until I actually got one and felt it. And man, the nostalgia came flooding right back. It's just like I remember in my hand. It's comfortable. The only difference is the steel. I don't like 420 stainless. Okay, and 4116 is basically the same thing. It is a slight bit better, a hair better, I'm going to give it that. But honestly, not by much. But Cold Steel does a really good job with their heat treat. And the heat treat will make the difference between crappy steel and good steel. A good job and a shit job. So basically, it depends on your heat treat. And Cold Steel is known for some excellent heat treats. But just future reference, anyone from Colsey looking at this, please give us one of these in a carbon steel blade. Please, I would love to see this in a carbon steel blade. Now, enough talking about this. Let's see how it functions. Okay, let's start off with some of this BDSM rope. You know this rope, the glow-in-the-dark rope. The rope, you know, you pull out in the middle of the night, you tie your spouse up, you know, get really freaky. You know this rope. All right, so let's see how it is. Wow, it's easier than I thought. Okay, so double it up. Okay, let's go for 4. Let's do a, come on, let's do the group thing here. No problem. Now, here, sorry, got a bit of a cold. Here I got that thin manila rope. Now to show you how hard manila rope is, got a pair of shop scissors. Okay, these are sharp. Keep these really sharp. Now you can see this manila rope is so coarse that you can't just cut through with a pair of scissors. You need to saw to get it through. Okay, that's how hard this thing is. It's not the easiest stuff to cut through. So let's see. I think it'll go through one, but I don't know how it'll do if I double it up. So let's see. See, 1, okay, not bad. Slipped a bit. That's my fault. Try this now. Okay. You know what? Let's try and break the bank. Let's really go for it here. I don't think it'll do it, but let's see. Okay, 3.5. Okay, that one went flying. So 3.5. That's freaking awesome. Check this blade. Still sharp. I don't lie, still sharp. I can feel where it's dulling. See, the bad thing about 4116, it's gonna lose an edge relatively quickly, but because I believe this is a little bit lower on the Rockwell scale, at least about a 57-ish, give or take. I'm not too sure, but it'll be really easy to put an edge back on this thing. You just drop it, this is gonna get razor sharp again. So, okay, let's try something else. I have a bit of this material here. This is corrugated, a thick corrugated plastic material. It's used for waterproofing. Putting it on the side of your house. Shed water, runs right down into your weeping tile. They also put on the roof. It's not a construction lesson, okay? Let's talk about it. Let's cut this thing and see how it does. Okay, so that's pretty good. Okay, let's try again here. Not too bad. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's try cutting this way, slicing through this way. Oh yeah, I'm cutting right through the dimples, as you can see. Okay, I'm not cheating and cutting in between them. Okay, look, right through the dimples. I can kind of just get this through. That does a pretty damn good job. Okay, let's see if I have any cardboard. Okay, got a piece of cardboard here. Let's see. Oh, no problem. Yeah, no problem. And the edge. Yep, still really sharp. Kind of impressed, to be honest. I was not expecting much from this 4116. I don't feel any rolling along the edge. There's no chipping. Still really sharp. So definitely impressed with this one. You know what, honestly, I highly recommend this. Even with this 4116 steel, which I'm not a fan of, to be honest, I really like this. I actually really like this. So the only thing you really got to get used to, if you haven't used one of these, is this. Okay, this is great for slicing. If you're going to do any kind of peeling, okay, my recommendation, fold the ring over, grab it in your hand like this, and now you can peel. Okay, you can fold it over, see, have it like that in your hand, you can peel. Fold it back here, you can slice. It's just getting used to this. Get one, okay? It's inexpensive, and I'm sure you're gonna find a lot of uses for this. I use this pretty much constantly. Open it, open packages, whatever I need to. So definitely an awesome EDC, and the weight, 2.4 ounces. It's next to nothing. I'm sure you can throw this in your pocket, throw it in your bag, and you're gonna forget about it. So great thing to have. Throw it in a bag, bug out bag, throw it. Actually, keep one of these in the glove compartment of your car, your vehicle, even the center console. You're gonna find a lot of uses for these. Definitely check this one out. So cold steel, love it. Home run. I gotta give this a 4.5 out of 5. Reason why is because I would still love to see carbon steel on this. The original blade came with carbon steel, the original design. Even the navaja knife, they didn't really have stainless back then anyway. And then you got into the okapi, they had a carbon steel. So this, I would love to see carbon steel, some kind of carbon steel. So definitely, guys, go out there, get yourself one of these. Cold steel Kudu. Guaranteed you're gonna love this thing. So, as always, keep it sharp, keep it oiled, keep it safe. Till next time, I'm Teddy. You're watching Blade and Simple.